Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fly the Flag podcast. We're a mortgage show for mortgage people talking about mortgage things. We're mortgage people. I'm mfaraci. This is Jonny Fowler. How's it going, brother?
It's going really good. It's the holidays. We just made it through winter apocalypse in South Texas,
Good.
which it was real. You know, it was. It's kind of unseasonably strange. We've had it 3 years in a row.
Okay.
But it's never been that way. It was, 14, 15 degrees some days and nights.
Cool.
So, really, really strange for us. But other than that, doing great. A stress-free holiday, which was nice. I'm one of those ones. I get very Grinch-like, just because it's, to me, growing up, I guess, and that was 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be nice and friendly and all of that, and just seems like over the years it's gotten to where it's who can get the better present, and all of these things, and traveling is so and I haven't enjoyed it for some time. So this year it was really nice. It was quiet. It was easy. It was just simple, and I really enjoyed it this year.
Good. That's good to hear.
How about you? You've got kids, so that's awesome.
We were able to spoil them this year. Happy about that. The little one's 1 year old, but he knows what a play school car looks like. So he had fun hopping in that thing and learning where the horn is and all of that stuff.
Eyes get big.
Oh yeah. My daughter. So I don't know how familiar you are with the Marvel movies.
Yes.
But okay, so Thor has his hammer.
Yep.
And then in the later Marvel movies, he forged a new axe called Stormbreaker, and this thing's huge. When we go to Disneyland, there's a store that has a replica of Stormbreaker, and she always asks the lady behind the counter if she can hold it. I was lucky enough to enable Santa to drop that off for her this year. So her Christmas morning, I gotta show you because
now how old is she?
She's 9, and this thing's as big as her.
There you go.
Yeah. So
what's the material?
It's plastic, but it's big and it's heavy and it lights up and it has the thunder sounds and all the things. So watching them come out on Christmas morning was awesome. My wife got me a new pair of headphones. These are nice and comfy, so I'm enjoying those. And we got lucky. We had a really nice time. And then my parents live 20 minutes that way. Her parents live 30 minutes that way. So we do the Grand Circle tour, man. We wake up in the morning and do our Christmas morning and then haul everybody out to my parents' house and then back to our house to drop off presents and pick up more presents and then out to her parents' house. And we do all three Christmases in one day. So it's a lot of food. It's a lot of presents, and it's a good night's sleep at the end of the day.
Now, you're in California, 20 minutes one way and 30 minutes the other, maybe 2 blocks one way and 3 blocks the other.
On Christmas Day, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We're covering miles, tens of miles.
It was, I will tell you this. So we went out looking at Christmas lights.
Okay.
And we have a couple of really, really impressive neighborhoods out here. The homes in River Oaks, for here, they're, you can find, it doesn't even make any sense to say it. An inexpensive one is 15, 16 million.
Okay.
The nicer, newer ones are,
those are the entry level affordable homes. Yeah.
30 million. So I would imagine in California, these things would probably be, probably closer to the hundreds of millions,
Gotcha.
So we looked up, on my wife being a realtor, when we're driving
talking more estates than homes then.
Well, one of them was 16,000 square foot that was for sale.
That's crazy.
So it's just massive, but they do the most amazing Christmas lights, obviously.
Yeah.
And then right over by my office. So my office is in the Galleria area, and one of the really nice neighborhoods over here is called Tanglewood.
Mm-hmm.
And Tanglewood, and it just, the lights were beautiful, absolutely wonderful. So it was just a nice weekend.
That's awesome.
even though it was cold. We lost water for a little while.
Okay. Frozen pipes, or was the grid
so
down?
We are in a strange area. So where we're at is like right in the middle of suburb central, but our neighborhood is, I guess, about 22 years old. So we are on what is called a community well. So instead of each property having its own well, there's one larger well for two neighborhoods. One neighborhood's 41 houses, the other one's about 16 houses, and that's really about it. So, and what's great about it is the people who own it don't live here. They live in New Jersey, so they don't really care if anything goes down with it. Sure. So, you know, those things. But we only lost water for a little bit on Friday, and other than that, it was great.
Good. I'm glad it's starting to warm back up for you guys. That was scary. I saw all the social media videos people posting. The ground was freezing.
Yeah.
I think that was up in Seattle. It was like an ice skating rink. You just walk out the house and people were literally sliding down the sidewalk.
It was kind of funny. Some of the people in my neighborhood, we all live on large lots. I think the smallest lot is about a half acre.
Okay.
Mine's a little over an acre, but some people didn't turn their sprinkler system off. So it turned on Friday night. So it looked like some of the houses had snow in the yard.
That's crazy. Yeah. California's not cheap, but we definitely pay for we definitely got the weather that we pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We make a joke about that here when it's nice in the springtime, you know. Why can't the weather always be like this? Because if it was, they'd call it San Diego and we couldn't afford to live here.
Right. That's right. I love San Diego.
So the mortgage business.
Yeah, mortgage stuff. What do we got going on the last week of the year here?
So there's closings like crazy. I'm noticing that people trying to get stuff through. The consumers are trying to get in before the new year, before the holidays are over, things like that. Noticed that rates have been ticking down. I'm assuming you've noticed that also.
Yeah, we're back down into the sixes,
which is nice.
It's great.
I just got my my text message from Gary V.
Okay,
are you on that list by chance?
Yeah.
I love those. No matter what, it's just one of the greatest free things you could ever do. You're really great.
Even if it's just for the little pick me ups.
Yeah,
that he puts in there once in a while. Yeah, this is the one. You're really great. Now believe it fully for yourself. 2023 is your year. Period.
Boom.
Thanks, Gary.
Exactly.
None of the jack-offs I know were going to send me that today. No, thanks, Gary.
No, I'm not going to send it to you.
I know you're not.
I'm going to say, I hope you don't fall and break your freaking hip, you old dude.
Right.
Whatever. But I'm watching that. I'm watching. I guess it's the same thing every year. I'm watching some people kind of lay low, which is just a shame. The activity that you do today will triple in 90 days kind of thing. So if you're doing nothing today, it's going to be 3 times nothing come, March.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping some people will pay attention to that and realize that. And, it's still kind of a strange time in the mortgage industry. I'm doing a phone call tomorrow. Actually, it's a webinar, Zoom meeting.
I'm already registered, man.
Are you?
I am.
So we did the Northeast Christmas party week before last, and I got to invite some of my friends. Since I'm going to be so close to them anyway.
Yeah.
I got Dan Habib to come over.
You finally got Dan to an AFN party.
Yep.
Good.
And Andrew Berman invited Andrew. So Andrew came. He and Barbara came. They stayed the night, went to the party in Oyster Point, or I'm not sure. Beautiful area in New Jersey. And then we all drove back to the city Saturday morning and did some of the New York City stuff. I'll never do this again. And for anybody who's out there, you should do it once, but don't blame me for it. We drove into the city. We went to Katz's Deli.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was.
I've heard of it. I don't know from experience. I've never been to the East Coast, so that's still got to tick that off the list.
So you probably would not have enjoyed the experience. So there's a doorman, and he allows in about 40 to 50 people at a time. There's 8 lines. You go and stand in line. You're at the back of the line, and there's 4, 5, 6 people ahead of you. And it's very fast paced. You order now. Don't look at the menu. You got to come in and order now. And then lo and behold, if you see something on the menu, you've got to be in the right lane to order that.
Okay.
So like right there above me, it was like, I don't remember. I guess what the guy was really doing was the Reubens and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I asked for a Philly cheese, and he goes, "Can't do it in this line." I'm like, "Oh, where do you go?" And he goes, "That line." And I'm in line 3, and it's like line 2, and I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, okay, never mind, just whatever you can." But and then there's no seating, but it was a cool experience. I had this brilliant idea that I was going to take my wife and Bethany down to the city and let them see the tree and all of those things. And you know who else had that idea?
Everybody?
About 50 million other people.
Nice. Everybody.
Oh, yeah. Everybody else in the country was there. I'm telling you, from Rockefeller Center on Fifth Avenue back at least 3 blocks each way, it was just shoulder to shoulder, non-moving, but
sardine can.
Tree was beautiful. The window decorations were beautiful.
That's
great.
It
was just absolutely amazing. But anyway, so got to meet with some really good mortgage people. Got Dan coming on tomorrow, going to do something for the whole company. They've got some really good presentations that they've put together for right now, this time of year, and what's going on and what their forecasts are. I'll tell you what's funny. I got to tell you this. So we're sitting in the ballroom, and everybody's sitting at their tables. And John D'Onofrio is introducing a few people. And one of the things he said was the fact that the first quarter of 2023 is when everything's going to start turning around. We're going to start seeing rates come down. We're going to start seeing properties come on, and so forth. And what's funny is, let's say there was 200 people in the room. I'm not sure what the number was. It's probably more than that. But all of a sudden, 190 of them turned and looked at Dan for like affirmation. And Dan shaking his head. Yes.
Okay.
It was really funny.
I'll sign off on it. I'll allow it.
It was good. But I'm there's the products out there are still amazing. People are still doing business. And I've said it before, this is a tough time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But this time right now, if you can stay in and you can make it happen, this makes the strongest mortgage professionals every single time it happens.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
It's one of the things I guess that surprises me.
It's a bit of a thinning of the herd.
Yeah.
So
and we need that. You know who needs that? Realtors.
Realtors definitely need that.
1.6
based on the performance reports that you always talk about. How many realtors are there?
1.6 million.
There's 1.6 million licensed realtors.
1.6 million licensed realtors.
That's too many.
Yeah, it is.
That's too many. The poor people who are out there trying to buy their first house, just trying to find a local realtor who knows what they're doing. With that many licensed realtors out there, I mean, if you're blindfold throwing a dart at a map and trying to find somebody with a Google search or something, what are your odds of getting somebody who really knows what they're doing?
Yeah, and I'm kind of, in this, again, may get cut from the show. I don't know. But the one thing I guess that irritates me, I don't feel like their association does a whole lot to help them.
Agreed.
And if you look at what the fees are, the dues are to be part of them, and then you count in the number of realtors that there are, the amount of money that they're collecting is absolutely insane.
Sure.
You got a calculator there handy?
I do.
So 1.6 million times $150 per.
150.
Yep. And that's just national. That's not their
240, yeah.
local. How much?
$240 million.
A $250 million. And then the other thing that I like doing, and I've done this every year, is I go in and I look up and see how much the officers, what the minimum average salary, what the president of NAR's salary, things like that. And I think to myself, this is one of those ones that just irritates me, where you've got people who are not making, $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
Paying somebody millions to oversee them. Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
It seems like there's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be any changes when it comes to that stuff, but
there will be at some point.
There's going to have to be some sort of a consolidation, and if not consolidation, then commoditization.
Yep.
Because a realtor's job, I'm not talking about a good realtor's job. That's the small percentage of realtors, the really good ones. I'm talking about the majority of realtors, the majority of those 1.6 million that are doing 2 transactions a year. Their jobs can be absorbed technologically.
Yes.
100%. And that commoditization is actually going to allow me to kick into something I wanted to talk about.
Tell me.
Commoditization of things by tech, AI specifically. So I just put a video out on my personal channel, just walking through myself, popping in some prompts into ChatGPT. Have you played around with that?
Not yet. There's a couple. I don't know if that's, let me see if that may be one of the ones that I just saved here lately.
Yeah, ChatGPT is really big. A lot of people are using it. And it spits out text in whatever way you want it to, based on your prompts. And I see this as being a huge tool for people who want to get into content creation.
Yep.
One of the biggest challenges that I hear from anybody who wants to start making video content, reaching out on social media, trying to reach a bigger client base, whatever their end goal is with this content creation, it's number one, being uncomfortable on camera. Who isn't? Everybody's uncomfortable on camera when you start. That's why you just got to start so you get more comfortable. As you make uncomfortable videos, you will get more comfortable. Just start on your phone. But one of the big things that I suggest is punching up a quick script.
Yeah.
And that way you have something to read off of. You have something to read to the camera. At the very least, you have kind of a North Star, something to come back to if you get a little bit lost or a little bit befuddled. And I was playing around with ChatGPT, and here, let me see if I can find my window, because I want to read this to you. It's a bit of a long excerpt, so I'll summarize. But the prompt that I typed in was, write a video script explaining how adjustable rate mortgages can help home buyers. This is what it gives me. Hello and welcome to this video on adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs. In this video, we'll be discussing how ARMs can help home buyers and what you need to know if you're considering an ARM for your home purchase. So, what is an adjustable rate mortgage? As the name suggests, an ARM is a type of mortgage in which interest rate is adjustable or variable. This means that the interest rate on your mortgage can change over time depending on market conditions. One of the main benefits of an ARM is that they can offer a lower initial interest rates compared to fixed rate mortgages, and this can make them an attractive option to home buyers who are looking to save money on their monthly mortgage payments. Now, that's about a third of this script. I typed in a sentence, dude.
So it's funny that you say that, because we actually use the same thing. We're just calling it something different. Yeah. So the page that you go to is called ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The site is chat.openai.
Yes, chat.openai.
And it's same exact thing. One of the things that I love about that system is that you can go in and say, I need a 5,000 word script written, book written on, children's toys for Christmas or something.
Yep.
It is absolutely amazing. Let me give you a couple others that you may want to use.
Sure. Don't get me wrong. This is not perfect.
No. But it's a healthy
start. Bulletproof. You must proofread them. Your own expertise shall be your guide, right? You got to fact check it and make sure that all the information is correct. But this is an incredible foundation for people who are pretty good talkers or want to get more into making videos, need some scripts or need some written information to refer back to, but just don't want to plug away at the keyboard all day long writing from scratch.
So there's another one, and you may already be using this, donotpay.com.
I'm not, but I will be.
donotpay.com is the world's first robot lawyer.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And you can do the same exact thing and have it put together contracts for you, fight speeding tickets, you name it. It will do it for you. There's another one that I'm not so wonderful crazy about. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you about it in a second. Now, here's one that you need to use if you're not doing it.
Sure.
You ready?
Yep.
Jasper, JASPER.ai.
Yep.
So the cool thing about Jasper is you can start typing in anything that you want. You can say, I want a picture of a panda bear using Thor's axe fighting, and it will draw it for you. It will put it together for you while you're sitting there watching it, and it will be the only one that there is.
That's awesome. Have you used Lenza? Lenza is another one.
I think so.
That's an app that I downloaded on the phone. It's AI based, but a lot of Instagram influencers were doing the Lenza because they do self portraits off of this.
Oh, so yeah, that's
the way I did Lenza was I paid $12 or something like that for the for the one up from the free package, I guess. You load in 10 to 20 selfies of you, and then it spit out 100 AI generated art pieces of me. And a lot of people can look at that and think, you're so vain. Who needs 100 art pieces of themselves? Well, the success rate on these is, 15 to 20%. So I got 15 to 20 nice quality things that I would actually use. And guess what? I make videos, therefore I need thumbnail images.
Yes.
I don't have to pay a photographer for this. I don't have to pay an artist for this. It was $12. I got 15 to 20 thumbnail images in about 2 minutes on my phone, and I can use them everywhere. It was incredible.
Use that Jasper. You'll enjoy it, especially for thumbnails.
Cool.
Because you can, whatever it is that you want, it creates the art for you. One of the things that I'm kind of surprised about, and I assume to see it coming out, is, in my opinion, if it's doing this is now an NFT, and I own it. But it was created by a free service, so I'm kind of questioning.
So on the NFT things, I believe, and don't get me wrong, this is not gospel because I'm not an expert in any way on NFTs, but I believe that you have to mint it.
Yes.
On the Ethereum blockchain, which has a smart contract involved.
Yes.
And if you do that, then it is an official, unique NFT that you own. And
agreed. Yeah.
I don't know if something that comes out of Jasper would be automatically minted like that. Probably not, because there's usually minting fees involved.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like authenticating a signature.
Yeah.
When you look into it, it's really not. I've got a friend of mine that. Do you know who Russell Brunson is?
I do not.
Okay, so Russell Brunson is a guy, and I probably can't say the name of the software ClickFunnels, but he's the guy who invented ClickFunnels.
Okay.
And Just absolute, really, really smart, sharp guy. So a friend of mine, his name is Rob Sakatis, and he is an artist, and you should look him up. I need to have him on here. It's R-O-B, last name Secades.
Okay.
And he makes really, really incredible artwork. I probably got, I don't know, somewhere between half a dozen and 10 pieces of his. And anyway, so he does guys like Russell Brunson and the Lions Not Sheep guy and stuff like that.
Okay.
And one of the things that he started doing was getting all of his pieces. Now it's easier for him because he is the artist, but he started getting all of his pieces done, the originals as the NFT and so forth. And there's a really cool thing as when you're an artist, whether it be graphic, whether it be audio, whatever it is, going forward with the royalties, where these guys have kind of gotten screwed out of it for years.
Absolutely. On the future transactions, that's huge.
Yeah. One of the things I do want to hit on while we're here is I'm doing something that's really, really wrong for a video podcast. I am wearing a patterned shirt. It is thin striped. And this is something I tell people about continuously, not to do this. Now, I didn't realize the holiday got my days off, so I didn't realize what was going on. But as
I looked it up before we hit record, it's called moire. The moire is strong with you, Johnny.
The moire.
The moire is a phenomenon when photographing or video recording usually happens in fabrics with small repeating patterns, and it's basically so much information being sent to the image sensor that the image sensor says, screw it, I'm out.
WTF?
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm just going to put some wavy lines up there.
I tell people that all the time, especially if they come to record. One, don't wear patterns. Two, don't wear anything that would remind you of green screen green or Tiffany blue or anything like that, because it gets to be a real pain in the butt.
Unless you want the windows of the beach to be on your cell.
And we've done that before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool stuff. Oh, one thing, one of our guests that's coming up, and I think he's coming up, I think we're going to interview him this week, is a buddy of mine that is up in Northern California. Mm-hmm. The big cities in California that everybody's heard of: San Diego, La Jolla, Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, Vacaville, one of the big cities.
Vacaville, huge
city, massive. That vacation destination, everything. Yes. Shane Eastman he's actually he's a personal friend of mine, but he's also my personal insurance agent. He's coming on here, and he's one of the guys. He took my class. I want to say it's been about 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that he said, since that he within 90 days, he tripled his business by doing that, blah, blah, blah. But he's going to tell us about some of the things that's going on with insurance, what's going on with insurance in your state, which is massive. I had no idea how bad it was. And then why a lot of the guys are going outside of the state. And it looks like he actually just accepted too. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
That'll be good. Selfishly for me, especially, I take my property and casualty insurance exam on January 13th. So
he is.
We'll see. He'll be my sounding board for all things cram, because there will be plenty of cramming happening.
He is an absolute wonderful, great human being. I don't remember the town. We need to ask him this, because you'll some of this will spark with you. Mm-hmm. But the town that he comes from is East Bay, and it's that town you've heard of that the police won't even go past a certain street.
Yes,
they stop. It's where they do the quads in the middle of the road, doing the burnouts and all those things. That's where he's from. So. He and his wife, they went from being in an area that is not good for, family or anything like that, to, put together a hell of a family, a great group of people. And I just absolutely love this dude. He is such he is such a fan that he anywhere in California, not only will he sponsor my deal, but he shows up. So it doesn't matter if it's freaking
great.
La Jolla. He'll fly from Vacaville down to La Jolla to be part of it. Yeah.
Amazing. I look forward to talking to him.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. One more thing I wanted to touch on before we go, just because it's something that AFN just rolled out, much like many other mortgage lenders. So many mortgage lenders have the same stuff to offer. We're keeping true to that and making sure that we're offering not just the product offering that we have, but we always got to add to keep up with the market and make sure that we're current. The 3-2-1 buy down.
I saw that the other day.
I know we talked about 2-1 buy downs a lot,
Yep.
but the 3-2-1 buy down, take that 2-1 buy down, put it on steroids, man. 3-2-1. That's huge.
Did you run the numbers?
I did. I ran the numbers on a $450,000 mortgage. Nationwide average purchase price is hovering right around $450,000. So I popped in a $450,000 mortgage. For those of you who don't know, 3-2-1 buy down is a scheduled mortgage interest rate discount for the first 3 years of your loan. Discounts by 3% in the first year, 2% in the second year, and 1% in the third year. On a $450,000 loan, that feature keeps $20,700 in your pocket over the first 3 years of the loan, and your lender or the seller is going to pay for it for you. The borrower paying for it isn't even an option on these. It's lender or seller paid. So anybody who's looking at purchasing a home, insist, put your foot down and make sure you get your 3-2-1 buy down, because the cost isn't going to come out of your pocket and it's going to keep a whole lot of money in it.
Not only that, it's from what I recall from the 2-1 buy down, it was so affordable that it makes so much more sense for the seller to do the 3-2-1 buy down than it does to actually discount the property by that price. I can't remember what it was, but I remember you ran the numbers before.
The 2-1 buy downs were ranging in cost in the 1/4 to 3/8 of a point range.
Yep.
So obviously that's gonna jockey higher and lower depending on your actual purchase price. But 1/4 of a point, 3/8 of a point. I mean, even if you're looking at $1 million home, a 1/4 of a point on $1 million home,
massive.
It's so worth do it, because it's exponential. If it saves you over 20 grand on a $450,000 loan, then on $1 million loan, it's going to save you over $40,000.
Yeah,
it's insane. So it's definitely worth doing. If you're in the market for a property, man, or you know anybody in the market for a property, 3-2-1 buy down. That's where it's at.
I would do it. I am looking forward to our recordings this week, and I know we've got a couple of them. As always, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate what you bring to the public. I appreciate what you bring to the consumer.
My pleasure, man. Hey, today marked my 70th day in a row of posting short form video content. 70 days in a row. Short form video goes up on 5 different platforms. So hopefully the good word is getting out to enough people to where they're going to know what they're doing a little bit when they start house hunting in the new year.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, brother.
Johnny, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate the convo.
Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you this week.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye.